I'm going to sign my books after the lecture. Let's hope somebody is interested. I described my last amazing discovery in it. An ad of my book with the lecture agenda. Venetian lions guard the secrets of the confraternity. Great acoustics, a perfect place for a lecture. Colorful stained glass windows add luster to the austere interior. Colorful stained glass windows add luster to the austere interior. I'd like to look at it closely, but it's simply too high for me. There's a mystery hidden in this chaotic inscription. Maybe I should make a fancy digression on it while delivering the lecture. The inscription pieces just need to be rearranged. This won't work. It's the confraternity's maxim. Ugh, I heard a grind. It gives me the creeps. The bases of the columns turned slightly. Oh, you can rotate them. Well done, Sylvie. You've opened it. With such security, there must be something precious inside. There was only a handful of dry seeds inside. I think they traveled here inside the conquistador's chest over 400 years ago.
Miss Sylvie Leroux,
That's me.
Count Saint-Germain asked me to have a brief word with you.
The Count was supposed to meet me in person.
Not this time.
He asked for the meeting himself. I'm disappointed.
The Count will call you.
He won't come?
He is afraid of a few obtrusive acquaintances.
Who are you, really? A gondolier, a messenger, or the Count's associate?
2 of these names are correct.
Shall I guess?
How about a compromise? You won't be guessing, and I won't be answering. Anyway, I need to go.
Wait a second. Tell me something about Saint Germain.
In a word,
A sentence would be fine.
mysterious.
And that's all?
No, I've brought something extraordinary for you.
What is it? A chronometer?
Take a look at it. The Count is curious about your opinion.
Am I to examine it?
If possible.
All right, but not today. I'm delivering a lecture. This death, it's horrible. I'm still shocked by what happened. It could have been me. Everything is lost.
There was no other way. I had to cancel the lecture.
For this young man.
Unfortunately, such a tragedy.
Did he have any family?
Everyone does.
A wife, a child?
The police haven't identified him yet, but he's a local, a gondolier.
Somebody out there is worrying about him.
I'll ask around tomorrow, but the carnival is no time for mourning.
A woman is waiting to criticize him for being so late. In a few hours, she'll be willing to forgive him anything as long as he returns.
Instead of him, an embarrassed police officer will come and inform her in a cold voice that...
Everything is lost.
No, not for her.
And the Count? Is he waiting for him? Isn't he curious about the impression he's made with the chronometer?
Do you have the Count's phone number?
No, nothing. I can only wait. I don't really know what for.
You should go to bed.
No way. I wouldn't be able to fall asleep to protect myself from everything that happened here. Barely 2 hours ago.
A few sleeping pills will take care of that.
And I was so surprised that my uncle needed to take them.
You're young. You'll recover quickly. A bit of sleep and the body itself will deal with the tormented mind.
Not so long ago, a man with good intentions shot my uncle. Probably by chance. I believe that.
I read about that tragedy.
People are like houses in a medieval city. When one collapses, the ones close to it start shaking.
With all due respect, the death of an old man isn't as depressing as that of a young one. How old do you think he was?
Still, you can say that my uncle didn't die in vain. Something was saved back then. But why did the gondolier die?
Maybe somebody was settling an old score. A jealous husband, perhaps?
Anyway, it doesn't make sense. I'm still wondering if it wasn't me he wanted to kill.
No, the killer had enough time to shoot again.
Maybe he panicked.
From what you said, it appears he was self-confident and not in a hurry at all.
That strange missile, the Curer poisoned arrow, almost grazed me.
But you're safe now. I guess that's why you refuse to have any police protection.
You're right. I just need to focus on something. That chronometer he gave me.
Do you have it?
Please don't give me away. I don't want the police to take it.
There's always time for that.
I'll take care of the chronometer. After all, it was his... what was his name?
I don't know.
His last wish. The chronometer needs to be cleaned, and I've seen various reagents and tools in that showcase in the meeting hall. May I use them?
But how? The hall is sealed and we can't enter.
True. Then I can't do anything, can I?
I'd like to get inside myself. I left my documents on a chair. God knows when I'll gain access to them.
They sealed it and left it just like that? And we're supposed to wait until they generously let us in?
Well, force majeure.
What if we unstuck the tape, took everything we needed, and then stuck it back?
You'd better not do that.
I'll do it in such a way that nobody will notice.
I doubt that's possible.
You don't believe me? I'm an archaeologist, and restoration is my work.
But you'll destroy the tape.
No, I won't. I need to think it over in private.
I won't disturb you.
The gondolier asked me to check the watch. I guess I should do that. A handful of dry, unusually shaped seeds. Classical statues, oil paintings, and heavy draperies are in stark contrast to the austere stone walls. They weren't painted by a renowned master, but they still represent the good old Venetian school. They weren't painted by a renowned master. I shouldn't be tearing this tape off. It's punishable by law. An ad of my book with the lecture agenda. The facade, just like the interior, is an interesting combination of architectural styles. Hi, how are you doing?
Great, aren't we, Bianca?
We are not. It was great when you decided to dive into the empty fountain.
Everybody keeps saying that, but I actually don't remember any of it.
Arnolfo all over. So absent-minded.
What are you doing tonight?
Tonight is going to be cultural. First, the archaeology lecture. Then, a conversation with the speaker. Several glasses of free wine.
An autograph, a photo together.
Then some free wine again.
Going to a restaurant with a newly met friends.
Chance for more glasses of free wine.
An unexpected encounter with some old friends.
Time to switch to whole bottles.
An unavoidable visit to the familiar ATM.
And then we go the whole hog.
Or vaulting the canal.
You haven't learned your lesson? You've already forgotten how you got stuck in the middle of the canal, hanging on an upright oar.
Oh, I wasn't stuck. That was my strategy.
No matter how many times you try, you'll never repeat that.
We'll see about that. We'll see.
Yeah, unless some gondolier helps you.
Oh, you'd be surprised. The older the gondolier, the harder the oar.
So, how do you like our agenda for tonight?
Very ambitious.
Yeah, nothing doing. Item 1 off the list.
No free glasses of wine.
Only one thing on your mind. No feast for the soul. They've cancelled the lecture.
How could they turn their backs on their loyal audience?
A murder was committed inside.
A murder? What happened?
You could say somebody was shot.
Horrible.
I told you I saw the police.
You also came here for the lecture?
Yeah,
Then join us.
I can't. I've got an appointment at the...
Oh, at least.
No, just an appointment.
Oh, don't worry. Maybe something will come of it.
Goodbye.
See you in the city.
Bye. You'll find us in the last open joint.
Tipsy, but a funny couple anyway. I'd like to have fun like them. There's another masquerader on the bridge. I'll go talk to him. That figure on the bridge makes my skin crawl. Taxi! Taxi! It's no use. There's an empty gondola by the Scuola wall. The question is, how to get on it. On a night like this, the taxi stand is deserted. It'll come in handy. I won't burn my hands. A strong tieback. It can hold a lot of weight. A durable curtain. It can take a lot. That figure on the bridge makes my skin crawl. Tough plastic tape. This won't work. Think, Sylvie, think. We need an alternative solution. It's not a great idea. Think, Sylvie, think. Heavy-duty linen. A great strong rope. No can do. This won't work. A 19th century watch with an openable watch case. There's an engraving under the layer of dirt. Maybe I could use the reagents from that showcase to help me read the inscription. We need an alternative solution. Trial and error, they say. We need an alternative solution. Think, Sylvie, think. Think, Sylvie, think. Think, Sylvie, think. No can do. Think, Sylvie, think. Trial and error, they say. Think, Sylvie, think. It's not a great idea. My favorite kind, long-lasting and high quality. It doesn't only dissolve nail polish. This won't work. It's not a great idea. The copy is protected. It's not a great idea. No can do. It's not a great idea. No can do. There's an engraving under the layer of dirt. I'm in handy, I won't burn my hands. It's not a great idea. We need an alternative solution. Think, Sylvie, think. This won't work. No can do. No can do. It's not a great idea. Trial and error, they say. This won't work. Trial and error, they say. I can't talk at the moment. It's not a great idea. Think, Sylvie, think. On a night like this, the taxi stand is deserted. A great strong rope. Trial and error, they say. We need an alternative solution. This won't work. We need an alternative solution. This won't work. An ancient coin with a sophisticated emblem of the Tree of Life, perfectly preserved. It's not a great idea. We need an alternative solution. This won't work. Trial and error, they say. This won't work. This won't work. We need an alternative solution. Think, Sylvie, think. That figure on the bridge makes my skin crawl. Think, Sylvie, think. No can do. This won't work. Think, Sylvie, think. Trial and error, they say. Maybe we'll talk later. Maybe we'll talk later. Trial and error, they say. We need an alternative solution. It's not a great idea. Trial and error, they say. Trial and error, they say. I'm curious what they use this trapdoor for. Something's blocking the lid. Something's blocking the lid. Too heavy. I can't hold it. Too heavy. I can't hold it. We need an alternative solution. We need an alternative solution. No way. I'm not going to jump into the canal. No way. I'm not going to jump into the canal. This won't work. Gee, it even sparkled. Broken. I can't row with something like that. There must be a door that it would fit. It's good for nothing. Too short. A good flare is really something, but a smoke bomb even more so. Locked. I can't get inside. It's falling apart. I fixed the oar. Maybe it's no good for ore vaulting the canal, but I can move the boat with it. No can do. No can do. I fixed the oar. Maybe it's no good for ore vaulting the canal, but I can move the boat with it. Maybe we'll talk later. Think, Sylvie, think. Think, Sylvie, think. Trial and error, they say. No can do. That figure on the bridge makes my skin crawl. Alternative solution. This won't work. Trial and error, they say. No can do. We need an alternative solution. I fixed the oar. Maybe it's no good for oar vaulting the canal, but I can move the boat with it. Maybe we'll talk later. On a night like this, the taxi stand is deserted. We need an alternative solution. There's an engraving under the layer of dirt. This won't work. This won't work. There's an engraving under the layer of dirt. It doesn't only dissolve nail polish. My favorite kind, long-lasting and high quality. It'll come in handy. I won't burn my hands. need an alternative solution. It's not a trial and error. No can do. Think, Sylvie, think. We need an alternative solution. No can do. Trial and error, they say. Think, Sylvie, think. Think, Sylvie, think. No can do. We need an alternative solution. No can do. No can do. We need an alternative solution. fur, they say. Men always wonder why we need to carry so much stuff around in our bags, but they can't deal with simple tasks like these. The interior was furnished this way so as not to distract the audience. Archaeological tools. They still look quite useful to me. The showcase is closed. I found a similar coin in Brittany. Is the murderer leaving his mark? I already have 2 ancient gold coins with the emblem of a tree. Both are connected with dramatic events. He should be grateful I've recovered them. The organizer decided to enrich the lecture with a small thematic exhibition. The showcase is closed. I found your documents, but I can't open the showcases without the keys.
I'm grateful for the documents. Just a second. Here, these should be the ones.
Thank you. I need to think it over in private.
I won't disturb you.
Archaeological tools. They still look quite useful to me. Unfortunately, the key doesn't fit. With this bunch of keys, I can search every corner of the Scola. Think, Sylvie, think. We need an alternative solution. It's not a great idea. A magnifying glass can be very helpful for analyzing the finds in detail. It's not a great idea. I can see an inscription, but it's soiled and I can't read it. I think I've cleaned it too hard. I can't decipher the inscription. No can do. Think, Sylvie, think. It's not a great idea. This indispensable tool can also be useful for restoration work. We need an alternative solution. The inscription is clear now, but the letters are too small for me to read. Mary Celeste, 1872. Benjamin Spooner Briggs. This chronometer belonged to the captain of the abandoned ship. There are two engravings on the watch case. Mary Celeste, 1872, and Benjamin S. Briggs. Here are the keys. I've taken some tools and reagents from the showcase.
Use them for as long as you please.
Thank you so much.
Have you stuck the tape back on the door?
Ah, the tape.
Yes. You'd better do it right away.
I've deciphered the inscriptions. You'll never believe who this chronometer belonged to.
Not to Ponce de Leon, I suppose.
You're joking, and it really is interesting?
So whose chronometer was it?
There are two inscriptions, Benjamin S. Briggs and Mary Celeste, 1872.
My, that's no mean treat.
As you know, the captain along with the whole crew of Mary Celeste vanished without a trace in 1872.
Yes, if I remember correctly, on 4 December, the drifting ship was spotted in the Atlantic by the De Grazia crew, about 400 miles off the coast of Gibraltar.
Everything on board was almost in perfect order, but they couldn't find any crew members. That must have been quite a spooky experience.
This mystery hasn't been solved up to this day, although various theories have been put forward.
None of them able to explain the mystery.
Did you know that a few years earlier, Briggs had come to Europe, to Marseille reputedly, though I've heard a hypothesis that to Italy as well.
In any case, his chronometer reached as far as Venice. The captain might have left it on the ship.
I know nothing about it, but it seems that the personal belongings disappeared along with their owners.
This means that Briggs didn't take it on the journey, and that's quite strange.
This whole story is strange.
Because of this whole confusion, I've forgotten to tell you I found a cache underneath the Latin inscription in the recess.
The cache where the conquistador's chest was kept?
It seems so. It was empty apart from a few seeds.
I also almost forgot to tell you something. Among the documents you've brought me from the meeting hall, there's a list of contents of that chest.
From the times when it was stored here?
Yes, the list comes from the 16th century.
So what's on the list? There's one thing I didn't find in the chest.
Namely?
A uniquely shaped jug, if I got it right. That's correct. There was a pottery fragment in the chest. A spout of a jug, to be precise.
It's possible that the damaged jug has been traveling around the world for some time. I've heard that someone from Cairo bought it.
Can you give me any details?
None, I'm afraid. Some people protect such information like intelligence secrets, and this is one of those cases.
Tough luck. Maybe the auction house will know something. I need to think it over.
I won't disturb you.
So the pottery fragment I've copied is the spout of the jug which was kept inside the chest from the 16th century. You know what? Now that the chest was found, maybe it's worth exhibiting it again in the place it had been kept for so many years.
A terrific idea. We could combine it with a scientific symposium. For instance, the role of legends in the discovery and conquest of the New World.
I'll help you. I'll talk to the museum director. For the time being, however, a lot of strenuous work on that chest awaits me.
I'm looking forward to the results. You can share them when you give a lecture during the exhibition in the Scuola di Santa Croce.
I'd love to, although I'm still shivering when I think of today's events.
A man called. He wanted to talk to you.
Did he introduce himself?
No, but he'll call you again.
I need to think it over in private.
I won't disturb you.
Hello? Sylvie Leroux speaking.
Count Saint-Germain. I intended to come there, but under the circumstances...
So you know.
Bad news spreads quickly.
What about his family?
Family? I do not know them. I cannot talk for long, therefore let me come to the point. I would like to commission you to do an expert analysis for me. It is crucial. Please take the tools and reagents with you.
What reagents? What am I going to analyze?
A painted plank. Please bring anything you find. Have you got the chronometer?
Yes, he gave it to me just before his death.
Then bring it as well, regardless of whether you have managed to examine it or not.
I have.
Really? Splendid. Please come to me as soon as possible.
And the address?
You will find it on the chronometer.
On the chronometer, but I checked it carefully. There's no address.
But there is. If what they say about you is true, you will know how to reach me.
I'm not so sure of that.
I cannot say anything more. This telephone might be tapped, after all. Do be careful. If you have the impression that someone is following you, turn back. Be alert.
I've almost gotten killed today. How about putting it off till tomorrow? It'll be much safer.
On the contrary, tomorrow we may not have the chance to meet.
Okay, I'll try.
Just remember not to discuss the matter with anyone, not even in the squalor.
Fine.
I am awaiting you.
I need to see this man, if only to return the chronometer. In fact, I can't wait to meet him. I've got nothing to discuss.
Madame, you need to tape the door back before the police come.
Think, Sylvie, think. At first glance, everything looks normal, and the first impression does matter. The man on the bridge will see me leaving, and the Count asked me to be cautious. That figure on the bridge makes my skin crawl. This won't work. See for yourself. The police will never notice anything.
Unbelievable.
I know my stuff.
You really are a professional.
I need to think it over in private.
I won't disturb you.
Have you heard of the Casa Celeste?
You mean Palazzo Celeste?
Palazzo.
Oh, you've got to go down the canal.
Straight, turn right, turn left, turn right twice.
Turn right 4 times.
You want her to go around in circles?
That'd be fun, huh? Oh, hold on. What's your name?
Sylvie.
Like that archaeologist.
But you know, it will be hard for you to catch an empty gondola.
The boats are overcrowded.
Unless you board the Vampiretto.
You can try the drowning style.
You jump from a bridge when a gondola passes by. The passengers start screaming. The gondolier pulls you on board.
Does it work?
Not worth trying. The canal water stinks awfully.
I know. A water Segway would be ideal for Sylvie.
You can do various sports here. But believe me, a bath in winter isn't the best idea.
Oh, poor archaeologist.
Which one?
The one dead that was supposed to give her the lecture.
One more drink, and she'll be back to normal.
Why poor?
Haven't you heard? She was shot.
No, it wasn't her.
She was going to promote her book.
Maybe it was a disappointed reader, eh? Instead of buying a computer game, he spent all of his money on a piece of paper.
A lunatic.
Only lunatics shoot people. Maybe it was a reviewer, eh?
He was preparing to go to a match when his editor told him to write an urgent review of a popular science book.
He must have been a crime story specialist, since he knew how to handle a gun. But that book, he couldn't handle, so he did the only thing he could. Bang!
He didn't know that you don't shoot a piano player.
Listen, that woman is alive.
That's great news. Let's celebrate.
Was she rescued?
Somebody else was killed, a gondolier.
Oh, I had a feeling we wouldn't catch a taxi tonight.
Explain it to me, Bianca. Why would a reviewer shoot a gondolier?
Would you read such a book?
So, a gondolier was a writer too?
No. Would you buy the book instead of a game?
Me? Of course. I'd buy it and ask her to sign it for me.
Ah, yeah, right. I know you. You'd be flirting with her.
I'd invite her out for a free glass of wine.
Haven't you heard she was nearly rescued? What if you're drinking a free wine with her? And suddenly a reviewer appears and bang!
I'd rescue her.
Do you even realize what it would mean to be responsible for her life?
I've taken a life-saving course. I'd give her a heart massage, a mouth-to-mouth.
Ah, foot massage would be best.
What?
What kind of a lifesaver are you if you don't know the map of the whole body is on the feet, eh? You wouldn't have to brutally press her heart.
Her chest.
You let her. She's already experienced enough violence. You can find her heart area on her foot and gently press it with your thumbs. Slowly.
Ah, that's exactly how I'm going to rescue her.
And I'll show you where it is. Oh, Sylvie, I can't. Maybe you could show it to him, eh?
You know what? I'll get that book with an autograph for you. Just wait a moment.
Cool. But don't worry if it doesn't work out. 3 glasses of wine will do.
Remember not to badger the lady. She's barely been rescued. She deserves some rest.
Goodbye.
See you in the city.
Bye. You'll find us in the last open joint.
I'll sign this secretly so that they don't know I'm the author. After what happened, I'd better keep a low profile. perfect for newly met archaeology fans. I've got the book for you, with the dedication.
To Bianca and Arnolfo, true archaeology lovers, I hope you'll always feel like having fun. Sylvia LaRoe.
Beautiful.
You've done a terrific job, girl. But you know what? I have a feeling we should thank the author in person.
I really think she's been through way too much today.
Arnie, I know you're a wonderful lifesaver, but let's not tempt fate.
All right. So what are we going to do with such a promising night?
I'm certain you'll be just fine. I've got to go my own way.
Ah,
Sylvie, once you've talked long enough, take him out to the city. You won't regret that.
I don't know if he'll be willing to.
Arnie, don't push her. She isn't sure of the guy yet. Sylvie, since you're having a tryst, you can't be so demonstrative.
It's not a tryst.
Every decent Venetian girl wears a mask when going to a tryst. Take it. Without the mask, you're conspicuously naked.
You just stand out.
Thanks.
Oh, and one more thing. I call this the Baron Munchausen trick, eh? If the guy turns out to be a worthless yet pestering, grab the flare, administer it, and then light it. You'll get rid of him in no time.
Aren't you going a bit too far? The girl may take it literally.
Oh, stop your whining. I love you because you're so crazy. And now, we needed to do something for Sylvia LaRue.
What do you mean?
I have a hunch that she is very sad and I can't do anything about it for now. That's why we need to have a great time, eh?
Goodbye.
See you in the city.
Bye. You'll find us in the last open joint.
Some cheap plastic on your face, and you're a completely different person. Another prop of a self-taught pyrotechnist. On a night like this, the taxi stand is deserted. That figure on the bridge makes my skin crawl. As a child, I used to make smoke bombs out of table tennis balls. That was fun. It's not a great idea. No can do. The flare's ready to be completed with something. This won't work. It's not a great idea. We need an alternative solution. The flare's ready to be completed with something. Think, Sylvie, think. No can do. what I should ask about. There are 2 engravings on the watch case. Trial and error, they say. Archaeologists use such brushes to sweep the dust from unearthed items. Think, Sylvie, think. Trial and error, they say. No can do. It's not a great idea. Trial and error, they say. No can do. Trial and error, they say. Trial and error, they say. No can do. Well, maybe it's a waste, but I wouldn't party today anyway. These strips, however, might come in handy. The smoke screen's ready. This won't work. alternative solution. It's not a great idea. A smoke bomb ready to be lit. No can do. Trial and error, they say. No can do. That figure on the... This won't work. The beautiful Venetian wells are a part of the complex rainwater gathering system developed centuries ago. Think, Sylvie, think. Think, Sylvie, think. Trial and error, they say. A smoke bomb ready to be lit. Maybe we'll talk later. I can't talk at the moment. We need an alternative solution. Think, Sylvie, think. See? I reached Palazzo Celeste without any mishap. What a unique gong. Must be an antique. Is the gate code displayed here? A cast iron chain, probably a part of the portcullis lifting mechanism. You can see the palace is dilapidated. The stone blocking the mechanism has fallen down. Still closed. Maybe I have to ring. Still closed. Maybe I have to ring. What a unique gong. This description probably comes from the 18th century. Still closed. Maybe I have to ring. There are two engravings on the watch case. Mary Celeste 8. Still closed. Maybe I have to ring. What a bizarre orangery. Such a mystical atmosphere. There's someone sitting on the pedestal, like a ruler on a throne. I suppose that's Count Saint Germain. Trial and error, they say. Trial and error, they say. I don't feel like gardening, but some water could come in handy. The humidity in the garden has ruined the sculptures. The plants have really good growing conditions here.
Who?
Who?
Who took his life?
I didn't see him. The killer disappeared, just vanished into thin air.
Oh, was it a ghost?
I feel sorry for you, but why are you blaming me? I could have been killed myself.
It is not about you at all. So many hours have passed, and yet we know nothing. Have the police joined the festivities?
You'll learn nothing from the police. The only thing they're good at is asking the same questions on and on and on.
Those lily-livered assassins trouble and harass me. They want to drive me insane.
Why is that?
If only I could see the murderer's face. Then I would probably understand it.
You'd better not get the chance.
They want me to be afraid of my own shadow. They want my brain to boil with fear. But enough of that. I have not even welcomed you properly. I am Count Saint-Germain.
Sylvie LaRue.
You look even prettier than in the picture.
Here you are, Briggs chronometer.
Did I hear you right? Briggs?
Yup, Benjamin Spooner Briggs.
Aha!
Was the captain of the ship Mary Celeste, which on 4 November 1872 left
New York, and a month later was found abandoned 400 miles from Gibraltar.
Have you been testing me?
You've done a splendid job.
Glad to hear that. What's next?
Let us focus on the discovery of Marie Celeste, shall we? They got on board. The captain, what was his name?
David Morehouse?
Morehouse. He boarded the empty ship. Not a soul in sight.
The tea was still warm.
Nonsense. A few thousand miles is enough to cool the tea properly.
A few thousand. Why such a theory?
Why not, I say? Just look at what we have here. Escaping the ship because the alcohol they were transporting was about to explode. Pirates, tsunami, and a cook who poisoned the crew and then jumped overboard. How many scribblers have fed on this?
No one has solved the mystery of Mary Celeste so far.
This chronometer.
This chronometer what?
It brings us closer to the solution, and undeniably at that.
I'm all ears, Count.
It was not found on the ship.
It wasn't? Briggs left it in New York?
I should rather say in Marion, where he lived. But no, nothing of this kind. The captain had it with him during the voyage.
So Briggs survived? It was all a hoax? Was he trying to swindle compensation?
He should have obeyed his wife and founded that ironmongery in New Bedford. He would not have lost the unblemished reputation he had in his lifetime.
You're right. That man would never stoop to fraud.
I agree. As for the chronometer, it has been a part of my collection for a long time.
How did you manage to get the chronometer?
A peculiar case indeed. I cannot tell you how it fell into my hands.
Cannot or will not?
I simply do not remember. My memory fell to tiny pieces, each of which rolled in a different direction.
I'm not really following.
I had an accident. I barely survived a plane crash.
I'm sorry about the accident.
Do not be. To tell the truth, after the accident, I was convinced that immortality was something natural.
In a hospital? What a paradox.
Precisely. The particle containing this piece of information drifted far, far away. Too bad it came back again.
If I understand you correctly, you suffer from amnesia. Then how did you get home?
Bloodsuckers always find a host. Fortunately, I am rich. Otherwise, no one would have showed up.
Why did you want to see me?
I possess an object, a precious one, I suppose, but this can only be verified by someone like you, a professional.
Where is it?
It is the plank lying on the table. The cracked paint that you see on its surface might be covering an authentic sign or an inscription.
I'll do my best. May I use the things I need?
Everything here is at your disposal.
I'm going back to work.
I hope to talk to you soon.
Count Saint Germain. What to think of him? A charismatic person, but marked by suffering. An equally lush garden stretches outside the window. A master of the Venetian school kept in such conditions? Though the plank doesn't look interesting, there might be something extraordinary under the cracked paint. I need some kind of tool. A fragment of an inscription. I need to uncover the rest. The spatula won't help me anymore. I need something else. We need an alternative solution. It's not a great idea. A bunch of junk. A can containing lye-resistant polyvinyl acetate. It's not a great idea. Trial and error, they say. 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 It's not a great idea. It's not a great idea. Think, Sylvie, think. It's not a great idea. Think, Sylvie, think. No can do. We need an alternative solution. I can burn holes in my skin. I'm not going to work with my bare hands. No can do. We need an alternative solution. Interesting floor decoration, but the pattern on the rings is chaotic. There's a fragment missing in the center. Trial and error, they say.
How's the work going?
Slowly. I need time. I can't find everything that's necessary to restore this plank.
Anything you find here is at your disposal. Please, look around carefully.
I'm going back to work.
I hope to talk to you soon.
Think, Sylvie, think. First, I should protect the uncovered fragment so that it's not affected by Lie. It's not a great idea. The uncovered inscription is protected. Now, I need a strong chemical agent to dissolve the paint. I've dissolved the top layer of the paint. No can do. Now it's time to reveal the protected part of the broadside. I've removed the paint. You can see the rest of the inscription. Mary Celeste. Awesome. It must be the remainder of the lifeboat from the derelict ship. A fragment of the broadside inscribed, Mary Celeste. So what do you think about it?
Excellent. It's Mary Celeste again.
Is everything connected with this ship?
It is quite possible.
Where did you get this broadside?
I bought it from an antiquary in Cairo. It must be a piece of the missing lifeboat.
So there are more?
Yes, I hope to buy all of them.
Why did you start this search?
Because of a premonition of a great mystery, a fundamental question.
And the answer?
If there is one, it is also going to be fundamental.
So what is the question?
You are asking too much of me. I do not want to make a fool of myself. I only have a few clues so far.
And what can you tell me about Ponce de Leon's chest?
It was kept in Venice, first at the Scuola, then possibly here.
So we haven't come here by accident.
There are no accidents. What we consider an accident is just an event whose cause is unknown to us.
What happened to the chest when it disappeared from here?
What do you think?
Briggs got hold of it.
Bingo. You have become quite intriguing.
3 objects which disappeared along with the Mary Celeste crew have been found. The chronometer, the chest, and the lifeboat. What does it mean?
That they did not die, at least not all of them. Somebody, maybe even the captain himself, came back.
It would have been strange if he'd been living in hiding the whole time after his return.
He certainly did not return with his wife and daughter. Those 3 would have been easily recognized.
His son and his mother stayed in Marion. I can't believe neither the captain nor his wife wanted to see them.
What if Mr. and Mrs. Briggs discovered something incredibly valuable and didn't want to reveal it?
It was a decent family. Everybody, including you, says Briggs was a very responsible man.
That is correct. Maybe he made a significant discovery but went into hiding because he was persecuted, hunted down.
By whom?
By someone from his entourage, a crew member, for instance.
What was at stake? What was the motivation behind all those events?
The journey of Marie Celeste had a secret goal, and it definitely was not about shipping alcohol across the ocean.
I'm confused. Everything we've been discussing is just speculation. We have no irrefutable proof.
Scientists and discoverers can be divided into two categories. The first group build arduously, only on solid foundations. The second group consists of adventurers eager to check even the most ridiculous theories once they feel there might be some truth in them. You do not belong to the former, do you?
I don't really know what to think. Are you trying to offend me?
Not at all. For me, it is an advantage. That is why I wanted to see you.
What do you expect to find in the chest?
Have you examined it carefully?
Very.
And?
Please keep this for yourself for the time being. I haven't had time for proper research.
What have you found? Tell me.
Under the false bottom, I found a manuscript, possibly Ponce de Leon's notes, prepared as an account for the Casa de Contratacion.
I knew it. I knew something was inside. Tell me more, please. What do his notes say?
He's describing his journey from 1513, during which he discovered Florida.
Is there anything new in that account of his? Something not present in other sources?
Yes, he mentions the Bimini Island where the Fountain of Youth was supposed to be located.
Did he reach it?
That's how I understood it.
I need to have that manuscript. No, I need to have the whole chest. God knows what else could be found inside.
I'm afraid that's impossible. I hope I've lived up to your expectations.
Listen to me. I am impressed by your abilities and knowledge. You show the talents of a true discoverer. I am hiring you to be my expert.
You're expert? Expert in what?
In Marie Celeste. You will solve the mystery of the crew member's disappearance unarguably, once and for all.
I'm flattered. It's an incredibly ambitious endeavor.
I will cover all your expenses. And as for the remuneration, what would satisfy you?
Let me think. Okay, let's start from the simplest matter. Exclusive rights to the book on the subject.
Naturally.
Access to all the valuable and antique objects we come across during this enterprise, as well as exclusive rights to analyzing them.
It sounds reasonable, I agree.
And now the crucial part. I'll own 1/10 of those relics and have the right of first refusal when it comes to the rest.
My investment rights are strictly limited, taking into account your potential achievements.
I think my offer is fair. I won't have any reward if I don't achieve anything. I risk returning empty-handed.
There is something up your sleeve. You will always be able to write a book about it.
I get the feeling that there's something up your sleeve, too. It's not only about Mary Celeste.
All right, I agree. But I also want to make one condition. Let us leave the chest out of it. It will belong to me.
The chest is the property of the museum.
You will get it for me.
I can't act as your agent in front of them. They've given me a job, and I need to bring it to a conclusion on the terms we agreed on.
No, you are working only for me now.
Come again? Have I suddenly become your property?
You are my expert. You cannot be doing two things at the same time.
Then I'm going back to France.
Please, you do not know what you would miss.
And I don't know what I'd miss if I stayed. Why do you insist on getting that chest?
I only want to examine it. I know the list of its contents, yet I am not so sure that it is everything.
There was a manuscript, a pistol, and a spout. The remains of a jug. I've got its copy.
True, the jug is on the list.
Do you know where the jug is at the moment?
I know one man in Cairo who might be in possession of it.
Who is he?
You see, you should not renounce the cause.
I shouldn't renounce my principles if I'm to work in this profession anymore.
You have discovered a lot. I esteem that. But you will not get any further without me.
Today, I found the place in the Scuola where the chest was stored for years.
You have? And what was inside?
A few strange seeds.
And where is this cache?
On the right-hand side of the entrance, under an absurd inscription on 12 tiles.
Yes, I remember that.
The tiles can be moved. I managed to arrange them into quite an elegant Latin maxim.
Well, well. And what is it, if I may ask?
Freely you have received, freely give.
How enlightening.
I'm curious about the relief on the floor.
Me too. It seems to be unfinished, as if it needed to be adjusted somehow.
Do you expect to find a cache here as well?
It is likely that the seeds from the Scuola di Santa Croce cache were brought and hidden here. They may still be in this place. You did not find them in the chest, did you?
No, I didn't.
Since you are able to deal with hiding places so well, maybe you could try your hand here.
Well, I'm not in a rush or anything. I need to have a closer look at this ornament. I've noticed, for example, that the circle in the middle is defective.
Yes, and some stone pieces are lying in the corner. A sloppy work, I must say.
I'm going back to work.
I hope to talk to you soon.
It's not a great idea. It's not time to go back yet. I've still got something to do here. The copy is protected. This won't work. This won't work. A fragment of the broadside inscribed, Mary Celeste. Pieces of stone plates, broken pottery, all in all, a small dump. the relief is complete, but the pattern on the floor doesn't make a hole.
Notice that now the second and the fourth rings are moving together.
All set. The pattern on the rings shows a lush tree. The tiles. It's a stash for the seeds. They must have been considered valuable. These seeds are different from the ones I found at the Scuola. These seeds are different from the ones I found at the Scuola. These seeds are different from the ones I found at the Scuola. These seeds are like the ones found at the Scuola. They were brought by the conquistadors in his chest. The ornament is legible now.
I must admit you have performed marvelously again.
Do you know what tree this is?
I have seen it somewhere, but I cannot remember where.
Is it related to Mary Celeste in any way?
I feel that it is.
Feelings are not enough when it comes to such an enterprise. Do you know that I've seen that emblem on a coin as well?
On a coin?
On 2 coins, actually. I found one of them near the place where Marcel, the restorer from the museum, died.
The friend of yours? The one I wrote to is dead?
Unfortunately, yes. And I found the second coin today at the site of your man's death.
2 coins, 2 deaths.
And 1 murderer, right?
He is following you. What was that? Did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
Never mind.
There are some seeds in the floor stash.
I knew it.
They're similar to the ones from the Scuola. Have a look.
I feel they can give me the answer, but I do not know the question.
I wonder if this is the tree that grows on the islands from the map.
What island? What map?
I haven't mentioned it yet, but I've found a map in the manuscript.
You have saved the best for last. I need that map. What is on it?
A few islands, but their names are missing.
You see, I need to buy that chest after all.
It's not necessary. I've made a copy of the map. I brought it with me.
May I see it? I am sure we can come to an agreement.
Yes.
Splendid. What was that?
I haven't noticed anything.
Hush!
What's going on?
Someone was following you.
Nobody was following me.
It does not matter anymore. You should go back.
What's next? Where will we meet?
I am compromised in Venice. Only Cairo is left.
Cairo is a huge city.
I mean that collector. He often comes to the old town. He specializes in artifacts connected with Atlantis. Did you see that shadow?
Where?
Go now, quickly.
What about the collector?
Run! It must be the killer!
Tell me, how could you possibly mistake this gondolier for Omega?
It doesn't matter. I'll get him a bit later.
It does, if someone's worthless life means anything to you.
You've had your heart transplanted, or what?
Knock it off. We'll get him. This girl will lead us to him.
Do you think they're connected in any way? She's like a moth flying towards the light.
This is what we should hope for.
What have I gotten myself into? I'm here all alone, no sign of the Count, and what's more, I don't feel so safe.